Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 8 Seahawks versus Bills predictions. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Now, starting off with the Seahawks injury report, we got wide receiver DK Metcalf and Abraham Lucas tackle with a knee injury, both of them, and they're both out for this game. Then we got nose tackle Cameron Young with a knee injury. He is doubtful for this game. Then we get cornerbacks Trey Brown with an ankle injury, along with Namaya Pritchett. I don't know if that's how you say it, with an ankle injury, both of them. And then we get on to George Fant with a knee injury, tackle. Defensive end Mike Morris with an ankle injury, all questionable for this game. Then we move on to running back Kenneth Walker III with an illness. Cornerback Tariq Woolen with an ankle injury. Safety Julian Love with a quad and knee injury. Shoulder injury for Brady Russell, linebacker Boye Mafe with a knee injury, and safety Jarek Reed with a knee injury. Now, obviously, the last players I believe are going to play no matter what, but out of the questionable players, I only believe Trey Brown and Namaya Pritchett, if that's how you say his name, are the ones that are not going to play in this game. Doubtful, Cameron Young will not be playing, and obviously Metcalf and Lucas will not be playing either. Now, this is what I think. The Seattle Seahawks defense has been hampered with injury. That is where the Seahawks have been failing most of the time. And I think that they're going to fail again today against the Bills due to that. And now losing as well. Obviously, Abraham Lucas hasn't been there throughout the year. So having him coming into the injury report, that's pretty good because now it's potential for him to come back next week or the week after. Who knows? But in the end, I think that in the end, all comes down to if the Seahawks defense can pull out the win like they did against Atlanta. Now on to the offense of the Seattle Seahawks, starting with quarterback Geno Smith, running back Kenneth Walker III, wide receivers Jake Bobo, Jackson Smith-Njigba, and Tyler Lockett. Tight end will be Noah Fant, Charles Cross, the left tackle, Laken Tomlinson, the left guard. Center will be Connor Williams, right guard Anthony Bradford, and Michael Jarrell will be the right tackle. Now, when it comes down to it, the offensive line on the right side, pretty iffy. I'm not going to lie. I'm trusting Tomlinson and Cross and Williams, but realistically, Bradford and Jarrell are my weak points here, as from what I see. On the offensive line of the Seattle Seahawks, Noah Fant will most likely have a good game. Tyler Lockett will be the number one wide receiver, along with Jackson Smith-Njigba, with some passes going to Jake Bobo, and we're going to be seeing an explosive run game from Kenneth Walker once again. I think that this game might have to be an offensive shootout because in the end, realistically, the problem with the Seahawks is more on the defense than it is the offense. Now, kicking it off with the defense of the Seattle Seahawks, we got left end and right end Jaron Reed and Leonard Floyd. Nose tackle Jonathan Hankins, weak side linebacker Derek Hall, inside linebackers Terrell Dotson and Ernest Jones III, who was traded from the Tennessee Titans. Strong side linebacker will be Boye Mafe. We got Tariq Woolen at corner, and we also got Trey Brown at corner. But if Brown cannot go, obviously Witherspoon will come in, or maybe even Kobe Bryant, who knows. And then we move on to nickelback, who is Devin Witherspoon. And then we get free safety, Julian Love, along with Kobe Bryant at strong safety. Now, when it comes to the defense, I've said it before and I've said it again. Seattle's tough spot is the defense. So we're going to have to do something. We got Jones now. Maybe send in Dodson for some blitzes, along with Boye Mafe, Derek Hall. Just send them in either one at a time or send two of them at a time. Who knows? In the end, it's going to be a tough game for the Seattle Seahawks on defense. They have been struggling. Obviously, they did not struggle against Atlanta. That's pretty good. So let's hope for this game they do the same here. Now, moving on to the injury report of the Seattle Seahawks, we got linebacker Terrell Bernard with an ankle and pectoral injury, defensive tackles Dwayne Carter with a wrist injury, and wide receiver Curtis Samuel with a pectoral injury, all out for this game. Then we get running back Darian Evans with a hamstring injury, and he's doubtful for this game. And then we move on to quarterback Josh Allen with a hand injury, then safety DeMar Hamlin with an ankle injury, wide receiver Mac Hollins with a shoulder injury, cornerback Teron Johnson with a forearm injury, Then we get tight end Dalton Kincaid with a collarbone, tight end Dawson Knox with an ankle injury, tight end Quentin Morris with a shoulder injury. Then we move on to defensive end Dwayne Smoot with a groin injury. Then on to quarterback Mitchell Trubisky with a knee injury and Dorian Williams with a knee injury. I'm thinking the offensive side is mostly hampered, and there's a reason why they brought in the receiver from the Cleveland Browns, Amari Cooper. He's going to be a very big help, but it still hindered their offense, but that doesn't mean that offense is terrible. It's just a big hindrance that they're losing receivers, or at least they don't have that good of a receiver, since letting Stephon Diggs go to Houston, and now bringing in Amari Cooper will 100% help this team win. Now, on to the offense of the Buffalo Bills. We got quarterback Josh Allen, running back James Cook, fullback Reggie Gilliam. Then we move on to wide receivers Amari Cooper, Khalil Shakir, and Keon Coleman. Then we move on to Dalton Kincaid at tight end, left tackle Dion Dawkins, left guard David Edwards, Connor McGovern at center, Osiris Torrance at right guard, and Spencer Brown at right tackle. Now, when it comes down to it, I think that this team is going to do all right on offense, but it is a little bit hampered due to injury. So I'm thinking some passes to Amari Cooper, runs by James Cook, and try finding Dalton Kincaid open. These are the passes that most likely Josh Allen will be making. Maybe some fullback runs with Reggie up the middle, but who knows? In the end, I'm thinking that the offensive line is pretty decent, so they got a good protection for Josh Allen, and the receivers are doing pretty well, and so are the running backs. So I think that the Buffalo Bills have a well-run offense that is currently hampered with injury, but luckily for them, most of them are not out. Now, on to the defensive side of the Buffalo Bills, as we get on to defensive end Greg Rousseau, AJ Epinesa. And then we get defensive tackles Daquan Jones and Ed Oliver. Weak side linebacker is Dorian Williams. Then we move on to inside linebacker Balin Spector coming in for an injured Terrell Bernard. Then we get strong side linebacker Nicholas Moreau, cornerbacks Rasul Douglas and Christian Benford, nickelback Teron Johnson, free safety Damar Hamlin, and strong safety Taylor Rapp. Now, when it comes down to it, I think that the Buffalo Bills will 100% be one of the top things is their defense, obviously. So they'll try to shut down Geno Smith. They'll try to shut down. We don't got Metcalf anymore, so that's going to hinder us a little bit. But in the end, unless they can stop the Jackson Smith and Jigba and Tyler Lockett and even obviously Kenneth Walker, I think that the Seahawks will be doing pretty decently against this defense. But it isn't a given because the Buffalo defense is pretty good. Now, I got this game going in favor of the Buffalo Bills. I think they'll win 24-20. I think Seattle will come up with the loss with a most likely game-sealing fumble recovery for the Buffalo Bills. That will end the game, and the Seattle Seahawks will go home without winning this game. Well, or better yet, staying home as they lose this game, because obviously this is played in Seattle. But besides the point, the point is, I think that the Buffalo Bills team will indeed be the ones coming out on top, mostly due to the fact that the Seahawks defense is so hampered that they're going to give chances to, honestly, players that they shouldn't be given chances to. But honestly, the injuries are just too much for the Seattle Seahawks. So I don't see any chance of them winning unless they do something about their defense. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also, tell me down in the comments below, who do you think will win and who do you think will lose? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.